Hello, friends. I hope you can all hear me well. Everything's new, so bear with us. I hope, we're having a cool stream for you today, hopefully. We're planning to do things a little bit differently. If you've been here before on the HandyGames live stream, we usually, we just showed off our games, and which of course we will still be doing, but we're sort of trying to start a new thing here, which goes more towards a well, I don't want to say TV show kind of thing, because we don't want to aim too high and then fall into a bottomless pit, of course. But we want to bring a bit of a variety for you. So we're here to answer all your questions. Maybe very quickly to myself, my name is Konsti. I'm the community manager at HandyGames. You may have seen me before. If you're on our Discord server, I'm one of the people you're probably talking to the most. So yeah, happy to have you all here. Nightly Snowy, Mobile Glotze YouTube, Bowie, nice, nice. Audio is okay? Sounds great. Which city is the hometown of HandyGames? Great question immediately. It's in Giebelstadt in Germany. We can put it in the chat. Hold on, I'll spell it out for you. Giebelstadt in Bavaria, Germany. Great little town. Sam is OP. Hey. Yep, it's in Bavaria, exactly. Konsti, yeah, that's right, that is me. That is me. Awesome. Happy to have so many people here already. That is great. I saw someone posted a message saying they played Bowie, was it? Yeah. Little Big Workshop on PlayStation Now. That is very good. Little Big Workshop is a great game. Yeah. So back when Little Big Workshop came to HandyGames, right? Oh, there's the next Little Big Workshop question, perfectly. Did we develop it or only publish it? We only published it. It was developed by a team in Sweden. Mirage Game Studios. There you go, had to think about it for a second. It's been a while. It's been out there for quite some time. But yeah, exactly. We published it. And I remember back when we first saw Little Big Workshop, right? They were working on it for a while already. And obviously it was quite, well, it was relatively far into the development process when we first saw it. And back then I was a student still, and I worked part-time here at HandyGames as a game tester. That's where I started. And yeah, we immediately thought it was a great game and loved it very much and decided to publish it in the end. Well, when I say we decided to publish it, I of course mean management decided to publish it. But we all like the game very much, so that's where that came from. Excited for Extinction is Forever? Yeah, Endling's gonna be a very different game, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be an unusual game, but I think many of you are gonna like it. It's gonna be kind of sad a lot of the time, but yeah, it'll be a great game. It'll be a great game. Well, this sounds awful now. I don't want to leave Endling, the topic of Endling, saying, oh, it's gonna be sad, because yeah, it is gonna be sad, but of course it's gonna be amazing as well. How old is HandyGames? I think we're having our 22-year anniversary, our 22nd anniversary coming up this year. So yeah, I guess for a gaming company, quite a good age, I would say. Did I play Townsmen in the early 2000s on my Nokia? No, no, I did not, because many reasons probably. I was a very small child in the early 2000s. And I had a Siemens mobile phone, so yeah. Laserhead, welcome. Very okay vinyl. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I need to learn much about HandyGames because I don't know any other game beside that one. Really? Well, we're gonna take a look at some of our games later on. Any future plans for Neighbors from Hell? Not that I know of at the moment. That doesn't mean that there aren't any, you know, because nobody tells me none. No, jokes aside, by the way, one of the new additions to the stream team is my dear colleague Zinni, who is sitting across from me. You can't see him, but he's the director of this thing. So I'm not alone anymore, which I greatly appreciate because it's kind of a struggle to keep the conversation going and work on technical issues at the same time. So thank you, Zinni, for being here.
It's a pleasure.
So yeah, you can hear him, but you can't see him. You will see him at some point, of course, but you know.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's great not to be alone. That's wonderful. Okay, I'm trying not to miss any questions here. And then the demo ends. Okay, so Nightly Snowy played Endling. Thinks it's a very interesting game so far. Yeah, it is very interesting, and it is very different, and it is very emotional, and it is coming soon. So yeah, stay tuned for that. How many employees are there at HandyGames? That's a good question. I don't know the exact number. If we count our, relatively freshly acquired subsidiary, the Massive Mini Team from Cologne, I think we're over 100 people at the moment, right? So solid team, I would say. Yeah, Zinni is nodding at me, so he knows the numbers. Yeah, we're just over 100 people, including the team in Cologne. Yeah, but we're still growing. We'll talk about that later as well. So if you're looking to work in the games industry, you might be in luck. There's a place for everyone. Well, and there are some very interesting job openings up at HandyGames right now. We'll take a look at that later. How many people in community management and communication? Well, community management per se is my thing here at HandyGames. If you talk to Massive Mini Team or our how do you call it? The company that acquired HandyGames a few years back, THQ Nordic, they of course each have their own community management teams. But regarding public relations, we have a public relations manager, our press manager. You may have seen him before on the stream as well, Bernd. He'll be here, sooner or later again. We have the social media team, which Zinni is a part of as well, as Laura, who is not here anymore because it's late. So I hope she's not here anymore. She was here quite late today, actually. So we'll see. We'll see. She's in chat, actually. Now that I look at chat, she is in chat. So yeah, we have a solid communications team, I would say. But again, also that team is looking to grow. So yeah, Clouds and Sheep update, please. I don't think there's an update plan for Clouds and Sheep, but it's a great game. Endling Day 1 for you? Nice. Sam is OP is playing Endling Day 1. So will we. Yeah, we're all very excited for Endling. It's one of the big hitters this year, I think, for us anyway. Whoo. Can you tell me why there was a gap between 204 and 2000? I'm not sure. 2014 and 2018. What kind of gap do you mean? What kind of gap was there? Also, I only started to work at HandyGames in 2018, so maybe I wouldn't even know, unfortunately. Did Massive Mini Team publish Little Big Workshop? or was it Use and THQ Nordic? It was a sort of a cooperation between all of us, I believe. It's difficult to keep track of all these companies and who does what at what point exactly. But if I'm not mistaken, everyone was involved in Little Big Workshop. You know, with the different platforms and everything. But I'm not 100% sure anymore. It's been a while. And there's so many games that we're working on. It's crazy. It is crazy. Gap in the sense that there were no games published during that period. I honestly, since it was before my time, I would honestly have to look and see if and what we published during that time. I believe that Townsmen: A Kingdom Rebuilt was published in 26 or 17, I believe. But again, I'm not sure about that exactly. So yeah.
When I can jump in, I think
Yes.
before 2018 we published only our own games.
Yes.
And since then we publish other companies.
Right. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. In 2018, or was it 17 already? Around that time, HandyGames was acquired by THQ Nordic, which then HandyGames started to become a publisher. Before that, we were, well, technically also a publisher, but we strictly developed and published our own games before that point. And now, after that, point in time, we now also publish other development teams' games. So yeah, these days we work together with teams all over the world, actually. United States, Mexico, Sweden, Denmark, Spain, Hungary, loads. France, Germany as well, of course. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up. So yeah, I mean, and that's also, I guess, part of the reason why the company has grown so significantly lately is because there are now so many more games to take care of. We still work on our own games. So for example, our one of our latest releases, Townsmen Vr, was an entirely HandyGames production. Whereas the upcoming Endling is actually being developed in Spain by a team in Spain. So yeah. Crazy Konsu Art, welcome. Wow, so many people already. That's lovely. That is lovely. That's awesome. So since we've been talking about all these games, and I've read out that, oh, there's another question. Will you port the latest Titan Quest DLC, Eternal Embers, on mobile? I don't know yet. Again, it was one of those, I don't know. I would hope so at some point, but I can't tell you. Is the mic of the stream a bit low? Are we too quiet? Oh, actually, I think my mic is too close to my face, maybe. I should change that because the beard is scratching it, which we don't want. I don't know. Am I too quiet? Well, I guess Tini can turn me up a little bit. Nerder She Wrote. That's a great username. I love it. Okay, people. We've been talking about all these amazing games that we have coming out or had coming out. I want to show you some little cool little thing, I guess. So many of you probably have heard of or even played One Hand Clapping or Chicken Police. We'll talk a little bit about these games in a bit. And we've recently, for both of those, released a next-gen update. And especially the PlayStation 5 version is quite interesting because of the new DualSense control. I have one here, actually. I'll show it. I mean, it won't mean much if you don't have one or have held one. but the way the DualSense rumble feature works is amazing for immersion. So I would say we'll take a quick look at one of the trailers for this upgrade and talk about it in a bit. So I'll prepare this here. Oh, stop. No, stop. No autoplay. Ah, autoplay is activated. Okay, let's deactivate that. Perfect. That's what we wanted. Okay. So yeah, Zinni sent me over to the trailer and we'll take a look and then talk about it in a bit. Ready? Cool. Lovely. Yeah, so I mean, as I said, you know, this game's been out for a while actually. One in Clapping, developed by Bad Dream Games in Los Angeles and published by HandyGames. But there's been, as I said, the next-gen update, including the PlayStation 5 version and the DualSense, you know, inclusion. So that is, it is really special because, as you may or may not have seen, well, as you should have seen, I should say, from the trailer, which, by the way, made by our very own Zinni. Great work. You know, the way the rumble feature of this new PlayStation 5 controller works is it is so minute, so specific that you can work in features that will, for example, in this game, let the player feel, you know, the steps that the main character takes when walking, or jumps, or, you know, things falling to the ground, the rain, you know, all these kinds of stuff. And of course, you know, the music as well is included sort of in the PlayStation Rumble features, which it's very difficult to explain. But if you have a PlayStation 5 and you already own the game for a PlayStation 4, for example, the update is free. So make sure to check it out because, yeah, it really any game that features this DualSense controller setup, it adds so much to the immersion. It's really crazy. So yeah, I would really suggest you try these out. And while we're at it, actually, let's stick with Little Big Workshop for a bit because I saw we got a couple questions in. You saw your roommate talk about this game the other day. Yeah, it's a very unique game in the sense that it is a voice-controlled game, and you have to sort of sing or hum, you know, music. But you know, it's not a karaoke game in that sense. Rather, you have to use your voice to solve puzzles. I like the art design, says Crazy Konsu Art. Yeah, it is very unique. It is very lovely. Need to go back and play through One Hand Clapping. I played the demo and loved it. Yes, go back. It's awesome. It is awesome. It is really cool. Okay, awesome. Yeah, that is One Hand Clapping. Yeah, as I said, make sure to check it out. I believe, is the demo still up? I'm not even sure. Let me check. I know we had a demo. It might not be up on Steam anymore. I'm not sure, but it's a great game. Oh, by the way, actually, while I think about this, actually, if you want to try one-hand clapping, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Oh, sometimes I surprise myself. Give me a second. Give me a second. Wow. Thank you, Zinni. Thank you. No, actually, if you're interested in one-hand clapping, yes, this is a good idea. It is on Google Stadia as well. Okay, I don't know how many of you have heard of Google Stadia. I assume quite a few, but at this point, it is sort of Google's sort of online game streaming platform, right? That's Google Stadia. And the best part is one-hand clapping. One-hand clapping is free with Stadia Pro, and if you use this link that I will put in the chat right now, if you use this link, you get to use Stadia Pro for a month for free. So basically, you can play one-hand clapping for free. How about that? So that, yeah, I mean, that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. You know, just play it for free and you're good to go. It's not in India. I don't know about that exactly, unfortunately. I don't know where Google Stadia is available. Of course, if Google Stadia is not available in your country, that might be an issue. But that's something that I don't know. But if you want to try one-hand clapping for free, use this link, get you some Stadia Pro for a month for free, and just play it, you know. A month, you know, if you really go at it, a month is easily enough to play through one-hand clapping a few times, so. Awesome. Okay. Will we make or update the World War II games like Pacific Front? I don't think there are any plans for that at the moment, unfortunately. I know a lot of people are very into them, but yeah, to my knowledge, there are no plans right now. This might change in the future, of course, who knows? You know, never say never, but right now, no plans. Right, the other game, while we're at it, I mean, the feature base, you know, is essentially the same because it's also a PlayStation 5 version, or an updated PlayStation 5 version, is Chicken Police Painted Red. So, didn't I say no autoplay? God damn it. False Gandalf, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, Chicken Police. Zinni, give me a thumbs up when we're ready, and we can take a look at that trailer as well.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting anything good, but this... Well, that's surprising.
That's fantastic! Oh my goodness!
Concentrate, Marty, for the God's sake. Can you drive like you're not a lunatic?
That's what I'm talking about. What a time to be alive, eh?
Don't be scared. I'm just really, really, really excited.
If I'm right, this'll flip the whole case upside down.
Whew, it's hot in here.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to make you a nice, strong cup of tea.
Okay, then. I'm on my way.
Sweet. I've seen some reactions. Oh gosh, I love it. Nice. I love it too. Chicken Police is unique. It's awesome. And again, same thing if you have the PlayStation 4 version or the Xbox One version, by the way. This also applies to Xbox One, only Xbox One doesn't have the, the DualSense, obviously, but, other benefits instead. If you own the Xbox One or PlayStation 4 version, the upgrade to Xbox Series X or S, or on the other hand, the upgrade to PlayStation 5 is completely free. So yeah, go and check them out. It's a crazy game. It's essentially a crime. No, wait. Let me rephrase that. It's essentially a sort of a film noir buddy cop point-and-click adventure, I guess. And yeah, you saw the guys, our main characters, Sonny and Marty. They're chickens, obviously. That's hence the name. And it's like, yeah, exactly. Nerd She Wrote says it's like Sin City but with chickens. Yeah, there's some truth to that. Yeah, and there, as you saw, there are some action elements in there. We have some car chases, gunfire, and actually for developing the PlayStation 5 DualSense features for this game, I know that the developers themselves recruited the help of our very own PR manager, Bernd, who is also a firearms enthusiast, and basically he knows a lot about guns, right? And they wanted to make the guns feel as real as possible, and he then informed them that actually the triggers, which is true if you try it, by the way, of course, he knows his stuff, right? The triggers on a revolver work differently than the triggers on a semi-automatic firearm. And because we have both in the game, we actually have two different kinds of trigger work for the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. So if you know what obviously maybe that's a very niche target audience, but if you know your way around firearms, you will notice the difference between firearms playing this game on PlayStation 5. And you'll realize that it's actually feels quite realistic, which is the whole idea, right? Obviously the DualSense features are not going to make or break your game, right? If you have a bad game, it's not going to make it great. Or if you have a great game and don't use DualSense, it's not going to ruin your game entirely, but it really enhances the immersion in any game. So it's really awesome. So a real trigger actually has feedback. Yeah, in a way. So there's sort of a free range movement, right, on a trigger of a real gun. Like you have some play, then you hit a block, and once you click over that block, the gun fires. And that's exactly what it feels like on the PlayStation 5 controller. And as I said, because the revolver also rotates the drum, it works differently. The resistance feels different, and the game really shows that. And yeah, it feels pretty awesome. I have to say, it feels pretty awesome. Whew, man, a lot of feedback. Let me see. I don't want to miss any questions. If I missed your question, I'm sorry. Just ask again. No worries, no harm done. We need more animal-based crime media. I would say so too. I would agree. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, those are One and Clapping and Chicken Police. And yeah, go check them out. Samus is Metroid's protagonist. Yes, that's true. Not a HandyGames game though, so any information on that we'll have to skip, unfortunately. Whew. Okay. What's next on our plan? We have a little plan that we're working through right now. Yes, Airhead. Let's take a look at Airhead. So what we're going to show you now, I need to find the screenshots here real quick. Here we go. You know, what we're going to take a look at now, a little bit. We don't want to show too much as of right now, but we have fresh screenshots from our game Airhead. I was about to say Endling, but this is Airhead, which is, you know, coming soon. You know, no more to say than that at the moment. And our wonderful QA team sent us a couple of screenshots while the game is still in development. And the cool thing is, as you're here in the stream, these are screenshots that almost all of them have not shown anywhere before. So this is a real first look at some of the later stages, I would say, in Airhead. It is a very unique game. I don't know if you have heard about Airhead, all of you who are here. Airhead is a puzzle platformer, I would say, is a very broad term to describe it. But yeah, it is quite special in the sense that one of the main mechanics, hence the name Airhead, is that your head requires air. This is a terrible explanation, but essentially you're on an alien world, I would say, and you play as a headless body. That's all you know in the beginning, and that's all we're gonna tell you right now. You come across a head, which is convenient since you don't have one yet. But you know, this head needs air. Therefore, you have to go around the world filling your head back up with these air tanks that are lying around in the world. And you can only travel so far until you have to find a new air source. And that makes these puzzles interesting because essentially it's not a timer per se, you know, you're not on a timer, but as soon as you move, you lose air. So to travel a certain distance, you need a certain amount of air. So to solve a puzzle, you need to find a sort of ideal way to do so, right? And there we go. There you go. There you have the headless body in one of the earlier areas. And yeah, this is your main thing that it's going to be, is find air, keep your head full of air, and solve these puzzles. You know, play through the world. Of course, there's more to it. You know, there is a whole background lore to the game, which we've only been presented a couple of days ago, and it is very interesting. So the way the game tells you the story is sort of passive, I would say. It all happens in the background, right? There's no narration. The characters are not talking. You sort of have to go through it and find out for yourself. But I think, in my opinion anyway, now that I know what's coming, it is well worth finding out what's going on here. Because there's more to it than just, you know, you're a weird alien creature without a head. So, you know, there is quite a background story to uncover. And yeah, I would say it is well worth playing it. And when you play it, if you play it, pay attention to the details, is all I can say at this point. We will obviously share a bit more about the story in the future once we get closer to release. But for right now, you know, obviously we don't want to spoil anything. But it's really a unique game. And I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited to see where it's going and how people will react to it. It's quite unique. I hope we get a release date today, says Black Wolf. I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. Do you need a 3D artist in HandyGames? Generally, yes. Right now, I don't know. But we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. Such an interesting concept. Yeah, I think so too. Once I've seen the game in action, it really is very special. It sounds quite basic. You know, the basic. Of course, the basic idea is simple. You require this substance, air in this case, to travel a certain amount of distance, and using that air, you have to solve puzzles to, you know, progress in the game. But yeah, it is quite a bit more than that. As you can see, all these different locations and machines, maybe. You know, it's pretty unique. It's pretty unique. Yeah. Game looks very interesting. Thank you. Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, as I said, we don't have a release date yet, unfortunately, but coming soon is all we can say at this point. However, take me back to the main screen, please, Zinni. Okay, I think, again, I will have to check real quick. Because, you know, as I said, there are so many games to sort of, you know, keep track on. But yeah, if you go to Steam, if you have a PC and you go to Steam, you can download an Airhead demo right now and play the demo, actually. So that is something I would suggest. I can actually send you in chat the link to Steam. And yeah, you know, if you want to know more, play the demo. And other than that, you know, wishlist, obviously, to stay updated when it's coming. And yeah, a lot of these types of games have a lot of things happening in the background more than the foreground, and I love that storytelling, says False Gandalf. Yes, you're right. I love it too, because it doesn't force any sort of story on you, but if you're interested in what's going on and what, you know, the narrative designers, or the game designers, I should say, thought about the lore of the game, it can be very interesting. Yeah. What's this game you're playing? Yeah, there you go. Question answered itself. That was Airhead. We were not playing, we were just looking at some screenshots, so yeah. Exactly, the character removes his head and puts it back on. Well, it's technically not his head, but you'll figure that out as you play. But yeah, it is quite a unique product. And yeah, I highly suggest you play the demo if you are interested. Right, what else? What else do we have? We had people asking about Endling and if they get a release date, I think. So the thing about Endling is, we can't tell you a release date yet. It is coming soon. We said it's going to be spring this year. We are now in spring, and we will release soon. But unfortunately, I'm not able to tell you a release date yet. I can't. But it's coming very soon. At least a trailer. Well, we can look at an Endling trailer. That we can do for sure. Let me check here real quick. Surely we have a cool one. Back from the... I mean, you may have seen it already. That's the thing. We don't have a new... There will be a release trailer, obviously, once it's coming. You won't tell... I believe you that you won't tell anyone, but I can't tell you. I'm sorry. But it's very, very soon. It is very, very soon. Promise. Where do we have... Actually, let me check. We can show you a little bit about Endling, of course. That would be horrible if we didn't. Which one is the... That's the one, I believe.
Where mankind...
Yeah. Let's take a look at it. I mean, you've probably seen it. You've probably seen it. At least a screenshot. I'll see if I can find one fresh screenshot for you. Okay, okay. But let's take a look at the trailer from our showcase last year.
Imagine a not so distant future where mankind will not stop ravaging the planet. While you are playing the last fox on Earth, fighting for survival in search of the rare sources of food which are left in this dying world, you see that not only the animals are suffering. Witness humanity itself committing suicide, unwillingly, unknowingly. As the days go by, the water in the rivers, if you still want to call them that, is becoming more and more polluted. You see bodies of water slowly transforming into garbage dumps. No surprise, as you see garbage trucks dumping their toxic loads into the once life-bearing and life-giving rivers. You may experience a dense forest with green and lively flora in the beginning, but as time passes, you will begin to hear chainsaws and falling timber during the day, while you and your kits rest in your burrow. Coming out at dusk, you might spot sprayed-on markings on the trunks of trees. Soon they'll be gone too. During your daily search for food, you'll encounter people becoming sicklier by the day, growing desperately in their attempts to catch you, struggling with, for example, an advancing cough due to the toxicity of the air. They'll end like the trees. They'll be gone one day. Foxes can neither talk nor understand human language, but they are smart, keen observers. So you will experience the world through the senses of the vixen as you guide her along. The animal's senses are transcribed into visuals that will aid in immersing you, the player, into the environment on a deeper level. Visualized, you see what the fox sees, see what she smells, and see what she thinks, remembers, and concludes. The passing of time is represented by the changing of the environment. You see firsthand what humans in this, hopefully, alternative reality are up to, and what fate they will endure. Not immediately, but slowly and inevitably.
Yeesh. Whew. Rough. It's rough. But it's beautiful, and it's a very unique experience. It's gonna be emotional, not gonna lie. But there are some cool Endling facts, I guess, that we can share. Actually, let me see if I can show you a picture, or a video rather. Is gonna be a tearjerker? Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I know personally that tears have been shed in this office over Endling, 100%. So, yeah, 100%. For now, it'll be coming to PC and consoles. Yes. Future versions, maybe. You know, that'll all have to be seen. But For now, it's coming to the main platforms, PC and consoles, including the Nintendo Switch, yes. The demo is so good, says Black Wolf. It is. The demo is very good. And the game is, yeah, well, if you play the demo, which should also still be up, I think. Let me check on that real quick. Yeah, on Steam, the demo is still up. You can download it and play it. And it gives you a good idea of how the game is going to be, I think. Sorry, I just took a sip of my drink and had a little burpee coming up. I'm sorry, very unprofessional. I shouldn't have given Cine control of the soundboard. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. And so the soundtrack, that's what I wanted to get onto. Let me check if I can find something for you. The soundtrack, there's a very special, there's some very special info about the soundtrack. There we go. Here we go. Can I take a look at this? Hold up. Ah! So, quick info oh yeah, thank you. Quick info about the video you're gonna, what? No. Hold on. I'm having struggles. Well, okay, so it's a Facebook video that we're looking at. There we go. Now we're talking. But let's. Should I explain first? I'll explain first. The soundtrack, we have a very special person who worked on the soundtrack, and that is musician Tina Guo. I don't know if you've heard of her. You may have, because she is the lead cellist of Hans Zimmer's orchestra, who is the man who wrote the music to such films as The Pirates of the Caribbean or Inception, or most recently Dune. They are touring Europe right now, I think. And she is actually, well, she's playing the cello for the Endling soundtrack, among a bunch of other amazing musicians, obviously. You know, she's not doing it all by herself, obviously. But yeah, she is playing the cello that you've heard in the trailer. So let's take a look at her little video. I'll play as soon as Tini gives me the thumbs up. Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously she didn't share the whole thing on her Facebook page, but it's quite unique, and I think this is awesome on so many levels, because it really shows the evolution of games in general. I think, you know, the fact that a small studio from Spain is developing you know, a game about a fox, and we have someone like Tina Guo playing the cello for the soundtrack for this game. It's just, you know, it's crazy, but at the same time very lovely. And obviously the yeah, as you said, exactly. The soundtrack or the music adds so much depth to anything. You know, that works exactly the same with the movie as it does with a game. I think, you know, without obviously the absence of music can also be very meaningful, but you know, in this case, having a emotional soundtrack really adds to the whole experience, and it has to, I think. And yeah, it's a very unique opportunity, and it's really a you know, glimpse of where gaming is headed. It's crazy, it's wonderful, and we love it. So yeah, Endling is coming very, very soon. Unfortunately, as I said, we can't give you a release date just yet, but it is on its way. It is on its way, and it is coming very soon. Spring is here. Endling is coming. I cannot tell you more. I wish I could, but it's not gonna take very much longer. Let me see if I don't know if you have any screenshots here that we. No. Don't know if you have any screenshots here that we haven't showed you yet that we can show you right now. That's the problem. I'm looking, but I'm afraid. No. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble with the producer. I'm afraid that'll have to do for now. But again, Endling on Steam. I'll actually also share that link with you. If you haven't done so, hold on, copy page URL. There you go. If you haven't done so, play the demo. It is still up on Steam, so you can jump right in and play it and get a feel for what it's like to play Endling, or what it's going to be like to play Endling. And also, while you're there, we have a looping stream of when we interviewed the developers themselves about the game. So, you know, if you're on the Steam page and you're interested in that, you can check that out and learn a bit more about what went on behind the scenes, you know, if that's what you're into. Okay. Wonderful. Endling coming soon. What else do we have? Oh, yeah. I'm supposed to tell you about our newsletter, which I will, because for a very good reason, actually. So how do I start this? There is some bad news, potentially, for you. If you have a VR headset and you're interested in Townsmen Vr and you're not subscribed to our newsletter, you didn't get the game for free. That's a problem, obviously. That's the bad news. The good news is that you'll get a chance to win some Townsmen Vr keys later on during this stream. But yeah, you know, you missed that. So basically what we did was, in our newsletter, we do give away keys to our games. And it's not like a lottery type thing. In this case, it will be later on. But the way it worked in the newsletter was, you got the newsletter, you read the newsletter, hopefully, and then you realized that it said, send us your Steam account, and we will check if you have a VR headset. And if you do, you will get Townsmen Vr for free. Why would that be good? Let me tell you. Townsmen Vr is 40 euros on the European store, or the German store anyway. I don't know exactly how that translates to other currencies, but it is, you know, it's not the cheapest game that we've ever brought out. And it has very positive reviews actually now. We're pretty happy with that. yeah, people are loving it. And yeah, if you had the newsletter, you wouldn't have had to pay for it. First of all, I mean, for those who don't know about Townsmen Vr, maybe we can keep this up and actually look at the trailer real quick, because we have a cool trailer for that as well. Just need to find it. This was not planned, but I like it. Take a look. We'll take a look at the release trailer. Right.
Woohoo! Welcome to Townsmen Vr. You've arrived on one of over a dozen islands that you can explore and reign supreme. And exploring is easy. Just grab anywhere to move and use both hands to rotate or zoom in and out. After you get the hang of it and stop behaving like a yokel, you'll see that there's more than meets the eye. In the first place, Townsmen Vr is a medieval city builder, where you freely place construction sites and then let your townies do the hard work. Not only can you help them get there directly, but you can also transport the resources yourself. As a gentle ruler, you have to take care of your townsmen, so they have enough food and water. A healthy body is an able body. They'll work together and even research new technologies, or help you trade with your neighbors. But not everyone out there wants to be your friend. So recruit soldiers to fend off ill-mannered folks. And if it's getting serious, a catapult won't hurt. Except when it does. Well, this is Townsmen Vr.
Yes, crazy consuar. You can throw people away in this game. It's not, I mean, it's not the main goal, obviously, but it is very much possible. Let me actually see.
yes, you can pet the dog.
Also, yes, you can very much pet the dog. Let me check. Actually, I think we had a funny video about the throwing people away on our social media a couple days ago, weeks ago, maybe even. See if I can find it quickly. If not, then you have to take my word for it. But there it is. There it is. Okay, let's take a quick look. Okay. Hey. Oh. Okay. Yeah. That was, not part of any trailer or anything, but that just happened. That happened to me actually when I was trying to make some recordings for a trailer. So yeah, I didn't mean to do that, but it just sort of happened. One day you'll get VR and play this. Yeah. Yes, you should absolutely play it. It is a very funny game. It's a very unique VR experience, I think, in the sense that you're sort of this almost godlike player, I guess, who can shrink to all sizes or grow to any size, and you sort of. I mean, at its core, it's a build-up strategy. Like, it's a city builder, right? At its core. But the difference to your regular city builder is you can simply help you can help your workers actually, and sort of bring resources from A to B and all that. So that is really a cool feature, and military encounters, obviously, so that sort of stuff. Many different islands, and it used to be just a small game, really. We started this as an early access title, but you know, it grew over time, obviously, as an early access title should. And then, you know, a couple weeks ago, we finally had our full release for Townsmen Vr. So it is completely, you know, I don't want to say completely finished because there's obviously, you know, there might be some minor issues that need tweaking and stuff. So there's going to be updates in the future. But yeah, it is out and it is ready for you. This game reminds you of Black and White. Yeah, it is. I mean, Black and White definitely was an influence, I would say. Obviously, you know, I'm not part of the development team, but the way they explain the game and the way that I experienced the game, it very much is influenced by the old Black and White titles. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, you didn't have the newsletter, which means you didn't get Townsmen Vr for free, basically. To stop that from happening in the future, you should probably subscribe to the newsletter, which I will send you a link to in a second. Hold on. I should have prepared this better. There we go.
Always prepared, Consti.
Yeah, you know, it's a live show. What can you do? But that's the link to the newsletter. Yeah, you can subscribe to it now. And so don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean that you get Townsmen Vr for free now, because that ship has sailed. That newsletter is out and you won't get it anymore. But future newsletters might feature other games or other goodies, you know, that you might get your hands on. So it's always big value to subscribe to the HandyGames newsletter. And it's not one of those newsletters that you will get like 3 times a week with like weird little, you know, ads in there. You will get it once a month, and that's it. And there's going to be information about jobs at HandyGames. There's going to be information at generally what's going on at the office. There's going to be information about, you know, new games that are coming, new, you know, all sorts of good stuff. And every once in a while, you might get a free game out of it. So, you know, that's that. HandyGames is any new cube box game on mobile. I assume you're referring to our game Pile Up, box by box. And no, at the moment it is not on mobile. It might be in the future. I don't know of any plans for this. But you know, obviously we're always looking to make our games available for as many people as possible, which, if at all possible, includes mobile. But that's not for us to decide here. That's, you know, that's management's business, and I don't know what their plans are on that. It might be in the future. Right now, it is not. Okay, that's the newsletter. So now, okay, since we talked about Townsmen Vr now, and we watched the trailer, and we have some keys still to give away, you know, obviously the main thing here is you need a VR headset to play this. So if you don't have one, you can obviously still participate right now to maybe win a key. But the thing is, if you don't have a VR headset, you know, make sure to give that key to someone who will be able to play it. Maybe you have a friend with a VR headset, you can play it together. You know, how about that? Or, you know, if you want to, just keep it safe until you have a VR headset and play it then. That's all for you to decide. But I think we'll give a key away, and we'll do it in a funny manner. That's the whole point here. We have something planned. I hope it works. We'll figure it out. We did a little test run earlier. We did prepare. I don't want to hear anything. We did prepare. We tried it. It seemed to work. So we'll just try it again and see if it works again. I would hope it will. And the fact is, we have this little tool from the Pixel Maniacs, a development studio very close to where we are located, actually. So shout out to the Pixel Maniacs. It is called King of the Pit, and you're gonna all mosh, I hope. Actually, well, let's do that. So what you have to do to enter the giveaway is type !dance in chat, and you'll be entered. So hopefully enough people will actually, actually are interested in a VR game. Don't leave me hanging here. As I said, you can always give the key away. You don't have to play it yourself if you don't want to. Or if you can't, if you don't have a VR headset. I'll need you all to enter. I mean, if it's only 2 people fighting for the key, then not my problem. It's going to be one of you who'll get it.
Have you clicked on the window because we don't hear the music?
Yes. I don't hear the music actually now that you're saying it. I don't know why. Maybe I made it too quiet. That's unfortunate. I'll just, I have an idea. Oh, what happened?
Stop.
It's going on. Oh man, I made a big mistake, but the mosh pit is going on. It is what it is. You should see it now. Okay. God damn. Well, we have a winner, which is good. I messed up, which is not good. You still won, okay? Don't worry. We're not gonna take that key away from you. I'm not sure what happened. I tried to turn on some music, but I broke everything. Okay, well. Okay, well, it was the first time, okay? Give me a break. And Samus OP, you got the key. It is very funny. Usually there should have been music. I don't know what happened to the music. I may have turned it down. I didn't turn it off entirely though, so that's weird. But it was a test. If I'm not mistaken, my director across from me will contact you for your key.
You have a message.
Okay.
On Twitch.
Okay. Got a little DM. We'll share that to your friend who has the VR. Perfect. Very good friend, they will let you play too. That's what friends should do, right? Oh, I should cover this. I don't know. But I'm very thirsty. Okay. Well, it was fun. I'm not sure what happened to the music, but such is life. We'll have more stuff to give away. Well, hopefully every stream now. We're sort of, as I said, we're sort of planning to make this a bigger thing. And, we will give away more stuff as we go along. And if you join our Discord as well, by the way, I know a bunch of you guys from Discord. If you want to join our Discord, we will give away stuff there as well every now and again. Also, you'll be able to talk to all of us all the time. Please don't spam. Please don't write the same messages in every chat. It happened, I have to say it. But You're very welcome to ask for help if you have troubles with your games. You're welcome to chat to other players. You know, if you want to know anything, you'll find out news over there. There are giveaways. It's quite a cool place to be. So I'll send you a link for that. And yeah, feel free to hop in and at us. You know, don't overdo it though. Be nice. And remember that we're working here. This is our job. And we have weekends, and sometimes we won't reply on the weekends. I know that, like, I'm just making a little bit of fun. I'm sorry, but I know that like 99.9% of all our amazing Discord community are very respectful and amazing people who are having a great time over there. And yeah, we're having a great time talking to you as well, don't get me wrong. But, you know, every now and again, someone comes along and is just being weird. Don't be weird, be cool. And join the Discord. All right, that concludes that. Whew. Man, the plan sort of fell apart because we did a bunch of stuff that we had planned for earlier or later, but that's okay, you know, sometimes you just have to roll with the punches. However, yes, we have introduced a couple of our new colleagues on our social media. And actually, I will not show this on social media, but rather via our own server, which for you won't make a big difference probably, but it's cool. Well, no, where is it? Maybe I will have to show it on social media because I can't find the one video right here. Okay, that's not a big problem though. That's not a big problem. We'll watch the Facebook video instead. That's cool. And we have, may you remind the newsletter again, you missed it already. Okay, Tsini's on the case. Thank you, Tsini. Perfect. Perfect, okay. Our, by the way, subscribe to the newsletter. It's worth it. Our newest team members are Lena and Sebastian, an artist and a programmer who joined us just this week. We're very happy to have them on board. And Laura and Tsini prepared a little welcome video for them, which we'll take a quick look at. I love this. I love these short videos. Let's see if we can find one of the older ones. They're really awesome. They're really awesome. We're super happy to have them on board. Always happy to have new people. We'll talk about some of the job openings in a bit. But yeah, they just arrived this week and we're super happy. And the music that you heard, by the way, was from our upcoming game, Perish. So if you don't know about Perish, we have so many upcoming games sitting here. Like we made this plan. Oh, what games are we going to talk about today? And you know, we made this little list. Oh, let's talk about Endling because it's coming soon and it's a very important game for us. Let's maybe talk about Airhead. But now that I sit here and think about it, we have so many games to talk about, so many upcoming projects. It's crazy. It's madness. But it's also very cool. Okay. This is from, hold on. When did we post this? March. So yeah, this is Hendrik, Martin, and Sibran, who joined us last month. And well, let's just take a quick look. It's so silly. I love it. It's amazing. And I think we have one more. It's been a bit earlier. Let me check. Can we still find that one? When was that? Was that February or January already? When Danny joined us. There it is. Got it. Got it. Okay. So yeah, join HandyGames and you might just get a little funny welcome video. We actually have a bunch more people that joined recently, and we actually have some catching up to do. But well, actually on Sunday there's going to be a funny video coming to our social media channels. So if you don't follow us on social media yet, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, among others, be sure to do that. And there you'll actually see a bunch of faces working here. How many people were there involved in that video? Like 18 or something? So quite a big group, quite a big group. Of course, we don't only get new colleagues, sometimes people are leaving as well. We have a video about that as well. Where is it? Also, I mean, of course it's never funny when people go, but the video is quite funny. And there it is. Our intern, Jonas, left HandyGames 2 weeks ago. And we made him a little farewell video. There he goes. Well, that's the way it is, you know. I mean, we're super happy to have been able to spend this time with him, and obviously we wish him all the best for his future. You know, I mean, you know, he's not going to a bad place, I reckon. I hope not. So, you know, all the best to him, and you know, who knows? Maybe we'll see him again one day. But that's how it is with interns, you know. They have to go at some point. It's the sad truth. But as you can see, we're taking everything, you know, with a bunch of humor here. So whether you come or go, you'll always have a good time at HandyGames. Whoo! You have rigging and 3D modeling skills, but you're not sure if your level is good to apply. Unfortunately, I'm not the right person to ask this because I am not a 3D artist. But, I mean, you can always apply. There's no harm in sending your application in, right? Actually, now that we're, you know, on the topic of employees and colleagues and all that good stuff, let's hop on over to our website. That was the wrong website. Thank you. There we go. Set it to English. Allow cookies. Full screen for Zinni. Jobs. Whenever you're ready. Okay. Right. If you go to our website, handy-games.com, you click on jobs and you'll find a whole, you know, medley of different jobs that we're searching people for. So, you know, there's a lot to do in games development and publishing. and there is something for everyone. For example, look at myself. Do I know how to code? Absolutely not. Am I a Woo! Am I a great artist? No. Oh boy. Oh, Tini's having the time of his life right now. Loving it. Anyway, am I still working at HandyGames somehow? Yes. So, you know, whatever your skill set is, there is a place for you in the games industry, you know. So don't be shy, apply. See, that's my skill. I studied literature. I can think of a poem off of the top of my head. I guess that's why I'm sitting here. Right? Where's the sound for that? Can I get some applause? Yeah. That's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Far too kind. Okay. Let's look in the art department because we got some question about that first. There you go, 3D Character Animator. And if you look here, you'll get a bunch of information about, you know, what the job's going to be, what we're looking for in you as the artist, and what HandyGames offers you in exchange. Obviously, you know, you work here, you want something in return. Nothing's for free. Imagine. And that's, you know, that's true for all the jobs that we have listed here. And if you look closely, you can see that any sort of field that you can think of, we're looking for people. Artists, coders, producers, more artists, designers, who are kind of artists, I guess. Marketing, which is where we are from, right? We're looking for social media people. We're looking for, you know, all sorts of designers, managers. We're looking for people who just, you know, who are helping us at the office, just general office. What's the right term? Yeah, your general office work is, you know, as every office needs certain people to keep it running, right? And that's no different with a game development and publishing office. Samus, have a great night. Thank you for being here. Have fun with Townsmen Vr, and yeah, tell your friend you're welcome. If you're good at 3D art and animation, should I apply for both of them? In this case, I think the 3D character animator is one job, basically a 2-in-1, I guess, in this sense. You shouldn't apply twice, I would say. Apply for one job if you're interested, and you know, you'll obviously include maybe a portfolio, you know, anything you did in like university or school or whatever, you know, obviously depends on the job as well. And if HR and management and whoever's responsible feels that maybe you're not a perfect fit for that exact position, but instead you might be a good fit for something else within the company, they will offer that to you, right? So don't send 2 applications, send 1 and show us what you can do. And that way, you know, you might be considered for a different job as well. We've had that happen many times before, where people, you know, for example, initially applied to be coders, but then ended up becoming game designers instead, because it just turned out that that was where their strength laid, and yeah, that's what would work for them. yeah, we have the QA, obviously, with the, the people who are testing all these games. You've seen a lot of them already on the stream before, not on this exact stream, but on this channel. They're the ones who play the games, know the games inside and out, and tell the developers what they need to fix, which is also a pretty cool job. That's where I started as a student back then. It's a great job. It's a lot of fun. A lot of cool people. We have, obviously, as I said, your usual office madness that's going on, HR, sales, finance, all that stuff needs to happen as well. So even if you don't have any experience in game development in any sense, but you would like to work in the games industry, that is still very much possible. If you know your way around finances at, I don't know, a hotel, you will probably understand how finances work at a games publisher. And what's crazy, if you're in Germany, this is one of the unusual circumstances where we're actually looking for German-speaking people for reasons that include the team dynamic, I guess, in this sense. We're looking for chefs. Can you imagine? What? What's HandyGames doing with chefs? People who cook food. That's crazy, huh? But if you're in the area and you know how to cook, shoot us a message. I mean, it's not a joke. That is not a joke, actually. Like, we're legitimately looking for cooks. Not crooks, cooks. If you happen to also be a crook, just, keep that stuff private and we're okay. It's getting late. I'm sorry. No, don't be a crook. That's never good. Like, who are we kidding? But no, seriously, jokes aside, if you are, if you're a chef, if you're a trained chef, send your application if you're interested. It's gonna be amazing. All right, a lot of nonsense going on here. I love it. But jobs in games, it's possible. It's a lot of, a lot of people when they were young, they dreamed about this, and maybe they tried, maybe they didn't. It can work for anyone, no matter what you are. You don't have to be a crazy coder, a prodigy, or the greatest artist who ever lived. There's a place for everyone, even people like me. So, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, what's next? I think we're pretty much good regarding our schedule, or our planned schedule. We thought about teasing what we're going to post on Sunday. It's Easter in, well, our part of the world. So we have a video coming up themed around that holiday. So that's gonna be fun. Make sure to follow us on social media if you want to see that. And you'll get to see a bunch of faces there, all the people who are working here. Not all of them, but a bunch of them. Other than that, we're pretty much through with our scheduled program, which is good because it's going on 9 p.m. and I have a 4-day weekend coming up. So that's good. That being said, though, if there are any more questions regarding anything, let us know right now so we can still answer them. And if not, yeah, subscribe to our newsletter. Join our Discord, follow us on social media, wishlist our games, wishlist Endling if you're interested. That way you won't miss when we announce the release date, which will probably be soon. Because, so here's the thing, I know that the game is coming very soon, which I told you earlier. I know you're all very excited for Endling. I know that I can't tell you the release date right now, but since it's coming soon, the announcement for the release date will come even sooner. So, wishlist Endling, basically, is what I'm saying. Wishlist Airhead as well, and you know, all the other games. We've not shown Parish, actually. I have a feeling that a bunch of these people here in the crowd would be interested in Parish, Endling obviously as well. So let me show you a little bit about Parish before we leave. You heard the soundtrack earlier in that little video that we shared, but Parish is a very, very unique thing that's coming up. Did we not have? There it is. There it is. Oh! Autoplay. Well, we'll take a look at Parish.
Parish is a hellish 4-player first-person co-op shooter with endless battles in order to ascend to the heavens, face eternal doom, and slay hordes of demonic creatures on the black sands of purgatory, and sell their gold-stained corpses to executed priests in exchange for increasingly powerful melee weapons and firearms. Overwhelm abominable bosses and use the spoils of war to gain entrance to Elysium, a place reserved for mortals related to the gods and heroes. Gold and death are waiting. This place is Pantheon, or what's left of it. Once an overground temple, it's now a necropolis dedicated to the damned and forgotten. A sanctum for uninitiated souls who dream of finding a path to Elysium, and the tomb to which they return if their quest to find the afterlife ends violently. You too are fighting your way through Pantheon towards Elysium. The result is a never-ending battle amongst the dead. Competition is fierce, and most are doomed to meet their brutal end over and over again, only to be forced to undertake the trials again from scratch. From melee weapons to firearms to divine lightning, Parish features a whole array of weaponry to unlock and upgrade. Even with the mightiest ordnance, the hordes of the deceased are tough foes to deal with. Not to mention the various bosses. Legends of the Pantheon, they are. Demigods, hell-bent on denying the meek from ascending to Elysium. Let's just say, you don't want to be caught off guard by a literal moon, shattered into a million pieces, raining down on you. So, what could be more effective than an undying warrior with heavy artillery? That's right, 4 of them. With up to 3 friends, the path to Elysium will feel just a little less daunting. Or if you want to dominate the legions of Purgatory for your own entertainment, feel free to do so. Everyone is already dead. There are no rules. Just don't think they won't put up a fight. This is Perish.
Damn! I love it. Perish is gonna be a banger. Fun fact, the soundtrack is recorded by the band of one of the developers. So they play in a band, right, as their hobby, and they recruited that band to record the soundtrack for Perish, which is amazing, if you ask me. I really love that. And yeah, it's a very new type of game for us at HandyGames. We've not developed or published a first-person shooter before, so that's going to be a first, and get it first. And yeah, that's going to be awesome. Perish, is coming when it's ready. There's nothing more to say at this point. Obviously, what you've seen right now was very early in-game footage, so basically everything is subject to change. The essential feel of the game will remain the same naturally, but if we talk about things like the UI and stuff, all that's probably that probably already has changed, and I don't even know about it yet. So that's gonna be awesome, and yeah, personally very much looking forward to Perish. But I think with that, we really covered everything that we're allowed to cover at the moment. I want to thank everyone for being here, for the awesome interactions we've had with you today. If you missed the stream, it's going to be up on YouTube, so don't worry. Obviously, it's going to be up on Twitch as well for a while as a VOD. So if you missed the beginning, if you want to watch it again, or look at this guy for the rest of the night, you can do that. Don't worry about it. And yeah, it's been awesome. Thank you all for being here, for participating, for asking your questions, and we'll see you next time, I would say. We'll let you know when next time is. Join our Discord to find out, and subscribe to our newsletter, and wishlist all of our games. And thanks for being here. Thanks for playing. And yeah, much love from everyone at HandyGames. Have a good night. Or, great day, wherever you are, whatever time zone you're in. Have a fantastic time. Take care.